black people and pain, sha. Okay, give her painkiller, let her go.
That's just it. That is just
Because
it.
at the point where Vivien was in pain and screaming, was like, no, this is not going to help you. This is not going to help you. Because if it was emergency, we wouldn't have gotten people to see us that fast.
Quick. Unprepared. Like, don't even let me go there. She came to put drip or whatever. She didn't come with the needle. Like, it was just a very anyhow person. And then our family friend that was around, like the both of them changed it for the lady. Like, first of all, what are you here to do? You're going to farm, you don't have your cutlass and your whole, like, what exactly is going on here? They could literally feel my pain. So it was just annoying that even you that was coming as a healthcare practitioner, you were not even prepared. So when they finished changing it for the lady now went, called her team lead, did this one, then came back again. All this while I was just in pain because I couldn't take any painkillers orally. Because anything I take, I throw up. So it was just drip. Then the lady eventually came back with all the things that she needed. And then they now asked, like, okay, so what are you giving her now? She now said she was just going to put a saline, what do they call that? Is it a saline in my body? And then they asked her, like, what's the prescription? Like, what's the diagnosis? What is wrong? Said no, not that. Only work is just said to come and give me a saline that they say that from the report I can't eat or drink or take. I can't eat or take anything down. So just to give me the saline so I'm hydrated. And when these people now started, like it felt like the changing. It started again. So when they're not changing it for us, it was not like that. Oh, that she would advise that I just go back to the hospital and tell them that it's not subsiding and all of that. So they let her put the drip for me because, of course, there was nothing in my system, so I don't dehydrate. Then at about 6 p.m. ish, my husband came back. They left. He now told gave my husband, like, told him what's up, everything that happened during the day and all. And then we went.
And since you're giving kudos, I remember, I don't know if it was Tuesday or Wednesday, we had different family friends who came in. He brought one of our other friends that was a doctor, and that was when we were thinking it was hardborn as well. So big thank you as well
to them. So we then, now that night we're just here. This pain was like back to square one. The moment the painkiller, the moment the painkiller just wore off, I am like, this was literally, I was pulling I could, do you know, but that kind of pain, I can't explain it. I can't even lie. Then that night, I told my husband, please, let's go to the hospital. This pain,
I was like, this pain
is not subsiding.
We've gone to the hospital 2 nights in a row and
exactly.
It did not do anything. If we go there again now, what are they going to do? The same thing. They'll keep us waiting for 6-7 hours and then nothing. They'll send you back home again. Like, what's the point? So that's where it had gotten to. That I was like, what's the point of going back there when they're not going to do anything?
When he said that thing, I was in so much pain that, like, even when he said that thing, I'm like, you know what, Otilo, like, he's done, like, what else can I do? You get, like, maybe this one that I'm going to the hospital, they don't know what is happening. Maybe this is the end. I told him that at least if something will happen to me, let it happen to me in the hospital, not at home.
Maybe you thought it in your mind, you didn't say it out loud. Because I don't remember you telling me. It was more.
So why did we not go to the hospital?
What just happened was you were just insistent that pain is too much, and that even if they're not going to do anything, it's better you just go to the hospital. And at that point in time, because even when I was taken to the hospital, I did not have any faith that those guys were going to do anything.
It was that bad. And then we went to the hospital. Again, standard procedure. Triage said, oh, go upstairs to LAU. I'm like, my dear, I'm not going. I was here on Tuesday, like Monday night, Tuesday. Now I'm not going. I went there when we came in on Monday night. I'll be on Tuesday early morning. The lady that was there now said that she's not going to do anything until we go there. That is standard procedure. We must go there. We then went there sluggishly. But this was just a case of God putting people in the right place at the right time.
Both of us went back to the LAU, and this time we met a God-placed somebody, a nurse who actually cared. Because when we came in and she was examining Vivien, because what they would do first of all is listening to the heartbeat of the baby to make sure the baby is fine. and then she's also looking at the history. And it turns out you guys were here Monday night / Tuesday. You were here Tuesday night / Wednesday. They sent you guys home with home care.
Yes.
And then she's looking at it that, okay, what was the reason for the home care? There's nothing there. Like, it just says home care. Why? They don't know. And then you guys are back here again. That at this point, it's obvious that there's something wrong, and this back and forth will not cut it. So at that point in time, she's like, you guys are going to wait here. I'm going to contact the OBGYN who is on the consult, who is on call that night, to come and have a look. That it doesn't make any sense. I think she even used the words that maybe like the system has failed you or something.
She said, I apologize on behalf of the system. The system has failed you.
That's especially for that second night where you came and then they sent you home with home support. Home support for what?
Like, I won't even like at that point I was when I continue. I said I'm not going to cry on the internet. Just continue.
So if I remember correctly, the OBGYN came and also like tried to do some tests like palpating the tummy, listen to the baby's heartbeats, and it's like, okay, that she has suspicion, but it won't be up to her to say anything. That what she's going to do is she's going to ask for a consultation from general surgery. So they then had to call the surgeon who was on call that night. An older looking man. Is that an Italian older looking man? So basically we had to wait for them to get the general surgeon consult. Now in this case, it's vastly different from what had happened the 2 previous times we went to the hospital, because now it felt like there was progress. People are seeing you, they are hearing you, they are saying, okay, this is what is wrong. Let's try and find a solution. As opposed to the other 2 nights where it was more like, okay, you guys are here, pain. Black people and pain, sha. Okay, give her a painkiller, let her go.
That's just it. That is just
because at the point where Vivien was in pain and screaming, was like, no, this is not going to help you. This is not going to help you. So they called the general surgeon, and he came in, really nice old guy. Came in and also did his own like palpating test and told us that he also has his suspicions of what it is. Like, from what he has seen, from the description of the symptoms, he has an idea what the issue could be. But that first of all, he needed to do something. Take it from there.
So he had the suspicion, and it's like that he's going to bring something and pass it through my nostrils down to my stomach. If he gets a feedback, it confirms his suspicion that I should not just bite. At the moment that if I bite him, it's all over. Like, he's not doing again. I will wait till tomorrow. With the kind of pain I was feeling.
Yep. Thinking back, he probably was joking and just trying to get you to relax. No, because was he going to say, I'm not treating you again?
For bite him.
When you say it like that, yeah, you're scared. Like, the patient will be like, okay.
I was scared. I'm like, I've not eaten or drank anything since Monday night. This thing we're talking about now is what? Thursday.
Like 10 past 10, 10
Thursday, like 9 to not early evening, like 9.
And
I'm like,
remember that all of this is even happening because we were not in emergency.
Exactly.
Because if it was emergency, we wouldn't have gotten people to see us that fast. Quick. We would have just been waiting for a doctor that was on call in emergency who has been running ragged all night, has been running from one person to the next person to the next person to the next person. After he sees you, there's still like 20 more people to see.
And it was just, as far as I'm concerned, what happened on that third visit to the hospital was God start to finish. The guy they now brought an NG tube. Then he said I should just be swallowing. Like, I couldn't take anything. That's like swallowing air. Why they tried to put something through my nose. I still have a permanent scar. A scar. Hopefully it goes just underneath my nostrils from that thing. So they put the NG tube. It goes in from your nose down to your throat and somehow finds its way to your stomach. Side note, I do not wish that thing for any. See, even the way we used to shout about people that are evil, people that are mean, I don't wish that thing for anybody. And I hear that they even do it for kids. I can only imagine how. I digress. So they did it. The moment he fixed it in, he got the feedback.
What was the feedback?
Bile.
Not just bile, you were throwing up.
Okay. No. Was it when I said throwing up? No, I was throwing up when they were putting it in.
Yeah.
But when it had gotten down, like to where, they measured it at 55 or 60. When it had gotten down to where they expected it to get to, it now started taking out things from my body. Like, because at that point, there was nothing in my system. I'd thrown up every food, everything that my body had. So basically, when I felt the urge to throw up, it was just bile that was producing, to be honest.
And fun fact, we found out that when you're throwing up and you see that yellow stuff, I throw up, but yeah, that's not bile.
No, that is not. Bile in itself is some greenish.
You're getting there, but you're not there.
You're not there yet. The bile itself is some greenish thing.
Oh my goodness. So
that was what was literally coming out of my system. So the NG tube that they put in was getting that as feedback. So it was just, and the cup, I don't know what that cup, the measurement of that cup, but it was almost half. They put it before the doctor could even finish explaining, oh, this is what I wanted to do to make me understand it. That was already like halfway. And it was also part of what he was using to confirm his suspicion.
So at that point in time, it's like the only reason why you're having this is because no fluids, nothing is getting through. And that's because
I was having a small bowel obstruction. And at this point, it was just said that I was having an SBO.
And that was like
bowel obstruction.
That's like what he believes is wrong.
Wrong, exactly.
Again, doctors can be very, very this thing. He will not say that is exactly what is wrong, but it's like that is his strong suspicion as to what the problem is. So at that point in time, what he did was they put in the NG tube to, get out all of the bowel. And then he said he was going to request for an MRI to be done, sort of confirm small bowel obstruction. I know they said like MRI has like a long wait list.
Yeah.
But it was supposed to be like acute emergency situation. So we're supposed to get the MRI done that night. When he didn't know, but it was like, before at latest 6, 7 a.m., you guys should have gotten that MRI done.
Yeah, and I also mentioned here that it was when they even put the NG tube that I was not able to take a cup of water freely because I wasn't going to throw up. Like when I take the water, the NG tube will just take it out, right? So that's how they now moved us to a room.
Be you able to take water?
I sipped water from there. Like the nurse gave me water to sip. You see me calling sipping water, drinking water because
I don't mean because even the sip self, I don't think it stayed in your stomach.
No, it was just to quench my throat taste. Not like it didn't do any work. The moment it went in, it came out. They now moved us to a room. So now I was no longer like I was now moved to like the labor assessment unit as a patient up there. Like I didn't need to go downstairs anymore. So I was able to get some sleep after like they had fixed the NG tube and all. The surgeon said we're going to get an MRI the next morning. I woke up at about 4ish. Like I woke up in pain and I was a bit surprised only to realize that the NG tube had fallen out. Hey God, and I was like, hey, I beg you. So we're going to go through this pain.
It's because the painkillers were going off.
Well,
I don't know if you ever knew what was causing the pain. Yeah, the pain was caused by peristalsis.
By what? There's a reason I had somebody between the hospital. Peristal what?
So basically, there was small bowel obstruction, right? But the bowels were still working.
Okay.
So we were trying to move food and everything down, but it was blocked. So every time your muscles were trying to move and it couldn't go, it would kind of like squeeze. You would get that pain.
Yeah.
It would subside a bit.
Because it felt like it was contracting.
It will stop a bit, and then your muscles will try and resume again, but it cannot. Nothing is going past. That was causing.
So what's the name? You called it a name.
Oh, it's peristalsis. It's
peristalsis. What he said. So when we now mentioned to the nurses that the NG tube had fallen off and all, they were like they can't fix it themselves. We'd have to wait in the morning. The mayor is like, okay, Mama, you want to join the video? Soon, baby. And then Maya is like, oh, you know what? Okay, no problem. That since we're doing the MRI in a few hours anyways, it was okay. I think from there I knocked off, so Maya should just continue. Everything that happened, whenever I'm thinking about it, my memory of what happened during around this MRI time and all of that is different from Maya's. So
So basically, what I remember from that period was over the night while she was sleeping, I was because what the doctor had said was, you guys are going to get an MRI. The latest is going to be is 6 7 a.m. What I've been doing was throughout the night, I'll just go to like where the nurses station and just ask like, is there any update? Is anything happening? Have we gotten the MRI slot yet? When are we going down? So in the morning after she woke up, I think I went there again to ask.
at this time, had they switched? Had the teams like had they switched? Or was the same team that we were with?
It was the same guys. In fact, I think it was that lady, that black lady that
Yeah,
was
so
there.
because they had switched.
It was that black lady that was there.
Because the nurses that attended to us that night, like the entire team, the nurses, the gynae and the head surgeon, everybody were all on the
How do
same.
you know his head surgeon?
And the surgery guy, sorry, the guy
General
from
surgeon.
general surgeon, I keep sorry, general surgeon. Everybody knew we're all in agreement of what the next course of action was, which was an MRI scan. It was when they now switched
Anyway,
them.
like I said, well, not like I said, I went to ask, and the nurse just checked, and it's like, there's no MRI booked for you guys. And it's like, what do you mean there's no MRI? It's like, we're not supposed to let you know. That's what the nurse told me. Like, we're not supposed to let you know about this at all. But there's no MRI. There's no MRI that's scheduled for you guys. I don't know exactly when we found out this, but apparently somebody else had come in.
No, so what happened was when they said it, you were already very angry, like, and you were changing it for them. You now said that the doctor on call would come in. So usually now they change shifts. So when the new doctor now came in, he was not the person that was saying. It was then that we then found out that he cancelled, like there was no MRI.
I don't like I don't remember. What I do remember is the doctor that came in that took over, the general surgeon that took over from the person we were seeing, canceled the MRI because it's like there's no point doing that. Why? I have no idea. And
We're
then
black.
he said that instead what they would do was they had this X-ray test they would do. So they would inject the dye, and then they'll do an X-ray test. So the way the test would work was there were going to be two X-rays. They had to be done 24 hours apart. They will do the first one, inject the dye, do the first X-ray to see like where the dye got to. So basically, they'll inject the dye, wait like 2, 3, 4 hours, do the X-ray, and 24 hours do another X-ray to see if there was any movement with the dye. That way, they would sort of know if the SBO was resolving by itself, because it was something that they kept saying that a lot of times things like this resolve on their own.
Not they. This particular doctor kept saying it's self-resolved.
Yeah, not doing any video.